Passwords Without Managers, a blog post by Jonathan Johnston. Navigating the labyrinth of passwords can feel like a no-win situation. If they're as random as a weather forecast, good luck remembering them. You might jot them down, but then there's the risk of misplacing that elusive sticky note or forgetting the very password that guards your digital vault, your password manager. And voila, you're in an epic forgot all my passwords saga. Here's another fun scenario. You've committed to memory a single, complex password and used it for all your accounts. Sounds smart, right? Until one of those sites gets hacked, which is as frequent as coffee breaks, and suddenly, hackers hold the master key to your digital kingdom. As wise old Thomas Sowell once said, there are no solutions, only trade-offs. In the world of passwords, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to find the optimal set of these trade-offs. From Chapter 7 of The Pragmatic Programmer by David Thomas and Andrew Hunt, Password Anti-Patterns. One of the fundamental problems with security is that oftentimes good security runs counter to common sense or common practice. For example, you might think that strict password requirements would increase security for your application or site. You'd be wrong. Strict password policies will actually lower your security. Here's a short list of very bad ideas, along with some recommendations from the NIST. Do not restrict password length to less than 64 characters. NIST recommends 256 as a good maximum length. Do not truncate the user's chosen password. Do not restrict special characters. If special characters in your password will compromise your system, you have bigger problems. The NIST says to accept all printing ASCII characters, space, and Unicode. Do not provide password hints to unauthenticated users or prompt for specific types of information. For example, what was the name of your first pet? Do not disable the paste function in the browser. Crippling the functionality of the browser and password managers does not make your system more secure. In fact, it drives users to create simpler, shorter passwords that are much easier to compromise. Both the NIST in the US and the National Cybersecurity Center in the UK specifically require verifiers to allow paste functionality for this reason. Do not impose other composition rules. For example, do not mandate any particular mix of upper and lowercase, numerics, or special characters, or prohibit repeating characters, and so on. Do not arbitrarily require users to change their passwords after some length of time. Only do this for a valid reason, for example, if there has been a breach. You want to encourage long, random passwords with a high degree of entropy. Putting artificial constraints limits entropy and encourages bad password habits, leaving your users' accounts vulnerable to takeover. Cracking the password conundrum. Password requirements are like the well-meaning but slightly annoying friend who's always there to stop you from texting your ex. They prevent people from using embarrassingly obvious passwords like password 1, 2, 3. But here's the twist. These requirements also give hackers a leg up. They know your password will boast a capital letter, a number, a special character, and be at least 8 characters long. So even before the guessing game begins, they've got a head start. Somewhere over the rainbow skies are blue is a better password than D6#W and 73, and you're more likely to remember it. It's like we're stuck in the 80s when 8 bytes was a lot, especially if you had hundreds of logins. Let's be honest, password guessing isn't a hacker's favorite pastime anymore. These days, they often exploit security loopholes beyond your control and phishing to swipe your passwords. So unless you've somehow ended up on a hacker's most wanted list, the strength of your password might seem like a moot point. But here's the thing, good security never goes out of style. Occasionally, encrypted password files fall into the wrong hands, and a flimsy password just rolls out the red carpet for hackers. They may not bag all the passwords, but hey, yours could make it to the cracked list. So the million-dollar question is, how can you craft passwords that are memorable, regularly changed in case of the dreaded hack, and unique for each site? Password formulas. A password formula is your secret recipe to concoct strong, memorable passwords. It's a blend of different ingredients, data elements, that ticks all the boxes for both site password requirements and robust security. The trick is simple. Memorize the recipe, not the meal. Creating your own formula is my top recommendation. After all, no chef reveals their secret sauce. But let's rustle up a few examples for inspiration. Nonsense word, plus your current age, plus the first 5 letters of the website URL. This formula comes with a built-in reminder. You update it annually on your birthday. With each website, it shapeshifts into a unique password. The nonsense word gives it a good stretch and isn't in a dictionary. Sure, it's got a number and any letter can be a dazzling capital, but it lacks that je ne sais quoi of a special character. So let's jazz it up by turning the first digit of your age into its equivalent special character on the keyboard. Hint, just press shift. So this might look like narfsicle with second letter capitalized @ 1 first 5 letters of YouTube. Nonsense word equals narfsicle. Age equals 21 turns into @ 1. Site equals YouTube or narfsicle with second letter capitalized @ 1 first 5 letters of Facebook. And then the next year on your birthday, you'll update your password narfsicle with second letter capitalized @ 2 first 5 letters of Facebook. Or you can mix the site name letters into the nonsense word so it looks more random if someone catches a glimpse. But I'm not going to try and read that. Or you could change which letter is capitalized based on the date. It's 2023, so the third letter is capitalized. But don't get so complicated you can't solve your own formula. Don't want to be outwitted with your own genius. The beauty of password formulas is their limitless variations. Want to feel younger? Subtract a number from your age. Feel like adding complexity? Multiply it instead. You can use the full year or throw in the month for more frequent password refreshes. You might consider using the company's name or the website's title, although that's prone to change. If it's an app, why not include the app's name? Just like your coffee order, make it personal. But remember, simplicity is key. If it's too complicated, you'll abandon it faster than a bad Netflix series. Make it easy enough to remember and use regularly. One formula, infinite variations, zero stress. Password security has never been this easy. Enjoy the simplicity. Conclusion. Ultimately, if it works, it's the right way. Stick with what serves you best, not what sounds the most complicated. Remember, in the world of passwords, you're the chef. So go ahead, cook up a secure, memorable password recipe that's uniquely yours. Here's to never having a forgot my password moment again. Happy password creating.